Welcome everybody to episode 46 of A to Z Sports Talk. I'm AJ here with my co-host Zach Harms. We have some MLB to talk about today. College football is officially back, and Zach's
It's
very
back.
excited for that.
Yeah, who
Um,
isn't? If you
and
aren't
then we have,
excited, leave. Leave the earth.
and then we have our last two NFL teams actually, the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, I have a couple interesting did you see it as well, so that I'm kind of one that happened to me personally that you don't even know about. So I'm excited to. I guess I'm excited. You'll see. But how are you doing, Zach?
I'm doing good. Just been busy with work. I literally
Mm-hmm.
just go to work, come home, sometimes go to the workout class if it's a day
Uh-huh.
it happens. If not, sit down. And the Cardinals have been on earlier this week, so it's been nice.
They have.
So if they're on at like 8, if they start at like 8 or 7, or usually 8 for sure, I'm like, yeah, I'm not staying up for the whole game.
I was talking to somebody, and I don't know how you feel about it, that the West Coast has it the best when it comes to watching sports because everything's like really early. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I would love it.
I thought
Yeah.
so because like our I guess our Cardinals games are what a normal seven is like 5 o'clock over there, but for you, you're kind of
Yeah.
screwed over with it being eight. And like I
Well,
was talking,
if the Cardinals are playing over there, they'll start our games will be at like 10 at night. So it's technically like 8 there, 7.
exactly. I was talking to somebody about it. Like let's say for example you were a diehard Mariners fan. Like every game would be literally like 10 or 11 at night over there for you to watch,
Yeah, I
which
would
is just
not be a Mariners
ridiculous.
fan anymore.
Yeah. Um but yeah, I like I said I have a couple did you see it, but do you want to get us started with your you said you had a couple as well,
Yeah, I
right?
have a couple. So, this actually goes with us covering the Ravens, but the Ravens took a big hit today. Very, very sad. Um, Poe, their mascot, he has a season-ending knee injury from the mascot's playing some youth football people, and he hurt himself, and then like the kid was like up in his face and like grittying all around him. So yeah, so sad day for Poe. But Poe can look and see that the mascots have had the kids like number for years, because Barstool Sports posted a video, and I think I sent to you guys. It is so funny. It was just like a comp compilation
Yeah, that's right.
compilation, yeah,
Yeah.
of like mascots facing youth football, and they just and dominate them. It like just like destroy them.
Uh-huh.
Like if you're a parent and you're like, yeah, my kid can. It's gonna be okay for my kid to play these mascots. You don't think like these are literally like adults that are like
Yeah.
28 or 30 who are diehard sports fans are like, this is the Super Bowl for me. It is so funny to watch. Like some kids, like I just watched the mascot hurdle a kid. That was cool. Ooh, showing the replay. It was the Broncos mascot. That was pretty awesome. And then this one guy just shoves this kid in the back and he goes flying out of bounds. Awesome. I love it. Football is back. My other, did you see it? Is Alexa Dat, from Bally Sports Midwest. And she said that or she said the quote they wrote in Bally Sports Midwest makes no sense. Oh, I'd stay all night if I didn't ever have to see a bunt one more time in my life. Yeah, so yeah, perfect host for a baseball team, especially a huge baseball city like St. Louis.
Yeah.
She's, with all due respect, you're great at your job, but that was a stupid take.
Yeah, not a good take. Not a good take at all.
Really dumb. Yeah, I think that was all I had. I did watch a video of that I thought was kind of funny. I don't know if you saw this, but I think I sent it to you. Yeah. It was just this kid, this like little toddler, just sitting on the couch with a bowl of like raw hot dogs, eating them. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
That was funny. Yeah. Um, so I guess I'll get it started with my bad. Did you see it? This happened to me personally yesterday. As you guys know from last episode, I was in Colorado on a vacation. We're driving through Kansas. Storm got pretty bad. And we hydroplaned and got in a car wreck. Han and I did. So
Jeez.
I yeah, we we swerved over. ran over a mile marker.
Oh, like the
And
pole.
yeah, and so the whole front right part of the right front, I guess, bumper of my car is completely gone. But we hit it, and then I kind of was like, the car in front of us actually didn't. There was a ditch, and
Yeah.
it's not
Like
like
the
they just fell
median
off.
kind of. Oh wait, no, I guess the mile marker would be on the outs. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
so it was a ditch, but it wasn't like a ditch where it kind of just fell off. They actually like flew off, like caught airtime, and I was like,
They
oh
were
my
flying.
gosh, yes, they were actually flying. And so I hit the mile marker, and then I swerved it back, and I didn't want to like press it too like super hard on the brakes because then we would have like no control. So I tried to like
Yeah.
keep it slow and steady, and then we were stopped in the middle of the highway in the interstate. And I'm thinking if anybody comes and slips, like we literally could die right now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I gotta like try to get it to the median where like those cops stay, like that little patch
Yeah.
of. So I
Authorized
swerved it
vehicles
over.
only.
Yeah. So I kind of pulled it over there. We parked in that spot. Hannah's crying. We're like freaking out. And I had no idea. It all happened so fast. I had no idea what happened to the front of the car. So
Mm-hmm.
my first reaction was those people literally just flew off the edge. So I got out
Mm-hmm.
of my car. I had like slides on, so I put my tennis shoes on. I sprinted. It's pouring rain. I sprinted down the hill to go see if like they were alive. When I go down there, there's no car, like no car to be seen. And so,
UFO.
well, it's crazy because I was like, oh, maybe they went under the bridge. There was a bridge there. Maybe they drove up and got back on the road, but it was extremely muddy. Like it would have been really hard to drive out of that. And there were no tire tracks at all.
That's weird.
I don't know what to make of it, but yeah, I was in complete shock. So then I sprinted back and I told Hannah, who's still crying, and I went to the front of our car because I was like, what? Now I got to check what we're doing, or what we're working with. And I thought our car was fine because it all happened so fast. But when I looked, the whole front right part of our car is like hanging off, and I'm like, I can't drive this. So then I was like, well, I have to like. It was like right under where my light is, so my light
Mm-hmm.
still worked. So I was like, I can't drive it; it'll just drag. So I like started pressing on it and just tried to like tear it apart. Well, it was like that close, like to just breaking, like slicing me open because it was like
Yeah.
just sharp plastic. So Hannah came out, who's still crying, and she's like stepping on it. We're like pulling it apart, and I ripped it off. And then there was like a wire from the light.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was connected to my blinker because my blinker is messed up. But she like tied it into a knot because we didn't want it to connect with the tire and then possibly have some like friction or whatever. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know how all that works, but we didn't want to like, and it's raining too. We didn't want like a fire to start or anything.
Yeah.
So we tied that. I put the big piece of my car in my trunk, and we're about to pull off and just like try to drive on it. And a cop pulls up behind us, and so he said he was about to rip into us because you're not supposed to park in the median. He thought we were going on the other side of the interstate.
Yeah.
But he said that we like followed him back to another exit. He put like a report on our car, just insurance will cover it or whatever. But
Yeah.
and then we drove another, I don't know, like 8 hours. We got back at like 5 a.m. I've literally slept all day long. It was like one of the most hectic 24 hours of my life.
So
Um,
I thought you were gonna be like the type of people you're driving, you see them like have like a bungee cord holding their bumper on, just
yeah.
duct tape.
Oh, it looks so bad, man, right now. It literally looks like a junk car because I already had a dent in the side.
And one of your
From
like rims was off.
exactly. And so you know what he did? The
That's
cop,
how I identified your car. I would always require yours. It's like a silver Ford, whatever, and then a
yeah,
black one of the tires rims
yeah.
is off.
Well, the cop's a super awesome dude because he actually took pictures of the dent and the tire because they were both on the right side
Hmm.
and he said just add it in there and act like it happened in the accident. So we're just gonna count it in there with everything else. But yeah, I got to get that worked on because I start my new job tomorrow and yeah, I need a car. But
Goat police officer.
yeah, for real. But it could have been so much worse. I still have no idea what to make of that car driving off the cliff. It was so scary though. Like I'm not one that gets scared a whole lot, but that was pretty terrifying because when we stopped like sliding, um after we hit the mile marker, we just stopped in the middle of the road and I'm looking to my left and all
Mm-hmm.
these cars are flying. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like we got to like get out of the car, or we got to move it or something. That's when we
Yeah.
moved it. But this truck came like flying by us, one of those big heavy duty trucks. So big
Semi.
tires. It wasn't a semi, but it was one of those like big,
Oh,
like
like pickups
yeah,
with the
like big,
dual
yeah,
wheels in the back.
exactly. So he wasn't sliding much, but he was flying. He must have been 85, like right by us, and then he was like sliding a little bit, and then he swerved off, and then swerved back on. I mean, it was just a crazy. Like he and I were talking on the way back, like it's we're in shock that that just happened. It was pretty unreal. But let's get on to some happier
I
news
swear,
here.
if whenever you're on a highway and you see like a pickup truck, like a Ford F-150 or just a Chevy Silverado, I swear they are like the fastest drivers ever, or
Oh, they're
like a
flying.
Suburban or a Tahoe.
They're flying.
They know
Yeah.
what's up. They
Yeah.
just go.
They have no worries at all about anything.
Chevy Silverado, best car company out there.
But we do, I should have mentioned this in the intro that I said. I'm gonna break the big news because it's a for sure thing now. Nathan Walker of the St. Louis Blues will be joining us in the next week or so for an interview. So that's our first professional athlete, right? Yes. We've had a couple college, but that's a oh
Tate
no.
Matheny.
Tate Matheny, yeah. That's right. He's retired, but still. So Nathan, everything he's saying, he's excited. He said today, he DM'd us and said he's very excited for the opportunity to talk to us. So looking forward to that.
Hockey. Let's
Um,
go.
the U.S. Open has been phenomenal so
The
far,
US
tennis
Open
wise.
ended like in they played that in May, the real US Open golf.
Golf, yeah. But no, the U.S. Open tennis has been really fun. And speaking of golf, I watched a little bit this weekend. Or I guess this last week. What tournament was that? Rory and
Yeah,
Scheffler at
Rory
the
like
end.
came back from like 6 shots
Hmm.
behind.
Yeah. I don't remember what tournament that was. It
It was
wasn't a
like the
major, was it?
FedEx Cup Championship,
That's right.
PGA something. It
That's right.
wasn't a major, but it was like the PGA Tour Championship or something.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was interesting. It was him, Scheffler, and or was it Scheffler yeah,
Yeah,
Scheffler, right?
Scheffler, who he
And
was in the lead.
M or whatever, the Korean guy. He was there. He was like within like a stroke of them until the end. But the US Open tennis has been really fun. I think they're down to 32. Serena actually knocked off the number 2 girl in the world yesterday, which
Wow.
was like kind of shocking because we thought she was done. And then my last one is so I went live today on TikTok, just for a little bit, communicate with some people. Donovan Mitchell was traded to the Cavaliers. I should have put that down. That was a pretty big
I did
deal.
see that.
Um, so I'm going live. I'm talking about that. We had 80 people in the live, which was
Really?
kind of cool talking. But
Well,
somebody,
what was everyone's thoughts about it? Because I was
they
kind
were,
of thinking about it, and I have my opinion about Donovan Mitchell. Do you want to hear it
are
now, or
you,
do you want to?
yeah, you're not real high on him, are you?
No, he's not going to lead a team to a championship.
I agree.
He's like a co-star. Like he's like the LeBron James to Anthony Davis. Like Anthony Davis is by far the best player, and LeBron feeds off of him to get like
I thought, I thought for like split second you were gonna say something nice there.
you're like agreeing, you're like, yeah.
I know.
No, because when you think about
Um,
it, like the Jazz were not bad. They were like one of the
no,
deepest teams in the NBA. Like they had
yeah.
so many good players, and that's what all the star like Kevin Durant and Kyrie, they have like no bench, but
Mhm.
like Donovan Mitchell's like a superstar or just
Yeah,
a star.
yeah.
I think he's just a star, not a superstar. But
Hmm.
I don't know, it makes the Cavs like exciting. Like,
Well,
but
that's what a lot of people were saying is that they're going to be exciting to watch, and like him and Garland in the backcourt is very fun, and Mobley and Jared Allen. I think it's good for both teams though because
yeah,
the Jazz want to get younger. They got Colin Sexton who has potential. They've got Markkanen and Agbaji in that trade as well, and I think they got like 5 picks to
yeah,
go with it.
like
So I could see
stupid.
both. Yeah.
I have to
But
say, Laurie Markkinen is the worst 2K player of all
he's
time.
awful.
He
Yeah,
is
he's
so
honestly awful.
slow.
He is. Yeah, I hate. I don't want to get on a side note here, but um, all 2K. I love 2K, but they really like. all the tall players are really slow.
Very not agile at
Like
all.
no, 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 not at all.
I literally can only
Um,
play like beat beat someone off the dribble if it's like a point guard who's really fast and
oh,
good at
yeah,
dribbling.
yeah.
If not, you're
And
screwed.
you know that bothers me because like we're getting to an NBA now where a lot of the bigs can move like guards,
Yeah.
like Embiid and Jokic and but that wasn't even my other did you see it? That was just
Sorry. Yeah, continue.
that was part of my live today. Well, somebody a Cardinals fan, I should have shouted him out. I forgot his name. Um he hopped on and said, "What do you think about the Mason Wynn thing?" And I was like, with
Oh,
Justin
Justin
Turner.
Turner? Yeah,
Yeah.
go kill yourself. Oh, I probably should say that.
Well, I didn't even see what it was about until
That should have been
afterwards.
my did you see it? I think I
Yeah.
retweeted it on our account. Like some guy was saying how stupid it was.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I kind of forgot. You probably know the
Yeah.
details more than me. I just gotta
Uh-huh.
remembered it now. But he was on Barstool's
Starting
baseball
nine.
podcast
Yeah.
talking about I don't even know what the question was, but he was talking about how he didn't he was like that kid in the futures game. I don't know why he threw the ball 100 miles an hour just and everyone's talking crazy about it. He's like, I honestly I don't remember anything he said, but he was like kind of bashing Mason Wynn for throwing it. He's like, oh, he probably has so many errors now in wherever he is, but Mason Wynn has like 11 errors like this whole year between double and triple A.
Yeah.
And Justin Turner's wait, you continue. I'm gonna pull up a stat about how bad he is.
Yeah. Well, Justin, I don't know what Justin Turner's deal was. I didn't get to see the interview, so I don't know if they were trying to rile him up or what.
I didn't listen. I
Um,
don't. I like a lot of Barstool podcasts, but the Barstool baseball one has like Jake Arrieta, and I just don't like him.
is this the one with Dallas Braden?
I don't know. It's starting nine.
Okay. He was on it in the past. I don't know if he is anymore. I've seen Arietta a lot on there. But my big thing was, did you see Mason Wynn's response?
No, I didn't.
He like quote tweeted it or whatever, and he said because he just won minor league baseball defensive player of the year, and
That's awesome.
and he retweeted it and the whole like interview or whatever, and he said I guess or I don't deserve it because I throw 100 or something like that, like making
That's
fun. I
awesome.
know it was perfect, absolutely perfect. Yeah, it was
Completely
crazy.
owned.
I
Yeah,
know
Justin Turner's batting okay, he's batting 268. Not awful. Thought he was batting a lot worse, but yeah, he sucks. 1.2 WAR.
he's got no power this year, right?
No, 9 home runs.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And
Weak.
he's
He's
like
just
30
jealous. He has no
37 now.
strength.
Yeah. What's his deal? Like, what's wrong with throwing 100 over to first base?
It was like it's not like it. Yeah, because he was saying, oh, he probably throws 100. He probably can't even hit him in the chest. Like if you watch Mason Wynn, he'll make. I think I watched a video the other couple days ago where he was ranging to his left, like towards the middle, and he got one on the run and like just like threw like a dart and hit the guy
Oh yeah,
right in the chest.
yeah. He's a tremendous defender. I don't know what that deal is all about. Got to do a little research before you start
Yeah, I
bashing him
want
for
the
no reason.
Dodgers first round.
Yeah. Um. So, MLB wise, we can get it going here. The Cardinals versus the Braves.
Oh yeah,
Um, game one, not a good one. The Braves won 11-4. It was a real sloppy game.
Strider pitched good.
He's phenomenal, isn't he? Yeah.
You know where he went to
Didn't
college?
It's a mid major, isn't it?
Clemson. Yeah, don't talk about Clemson that way.
Did he actually go to Clemson?
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
I
Okay.
didn't know that either.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, it was 11-4 game. Braves beat us. We talked about how big of a series this was. Um, but I think even Kisner might have pitched at the end or something, didn't he?
I think
Somebody.
yes, because it was like the first time that maybe in MLB history that a catcher. So Kisner Yachty pitched to Kisner earlier in the year, then Kisner pitched to Yachty. So it's the first time
Oh,
like both catchers pitched to each other during the year.
there you go.
Or the
Yeah.
same person pitched and caught the same person. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a Cardinal highlight there, because that game was pretty rough to watch.
Matt Olson though, low key having a very under the radar season.
Yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
has like 40 some doubles and
He
like
does.
he's top five in RBIs.
His average is lower than what it
Yeah.
usually is, and so a lot of people are looking at that. But game two was a little more fun there. Cardinals were down, I guess, what was it, 5-4 in the ninth, something like that? Or
Uh,
I think it
wait,
was
I'm looking at it right now. It was yeah, 5-4.
because we rallied there. I think Newt Bar was involved with that. Donovan Dickerson, um, just kind of putting just tough at bats together, and O'Neill ended up walking it off with a hit by pitch.
Yeah, that was
Um,
Kenley Jansen, not it anymore.
no, and I guess probably a couple weeks before that, O'Neill got a walk off walk, and now he's got the walk off hit by pitch. So pretty fun stuff there.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of O'Neill, though, he's starting to his last two games against the Reds, he hasn't been as great, but starting to get it going because game three, we were down 3-2, I believe it was, in the eighth.
Yeah. Yes. 3-2 going into the eighth.
And then Tommy got it off against AJ Minter in the eighth with a bomb. That was a clutch homer. Showed a little emotion that you don't usually see from
Tommy
Tommy.
Edman showing the power, hit about 2 home runs in
I
pretty
know.
close game, back
I
to back
know.
ish games.
I think he's got like 11 now, maybe.
Yeah.
Pretty good for
Road to
Tommy.
20.
But 3-3, and then Tyler O'Neill a 3-run bomb. Right
Mm,
at he put on Newt Bar got on, Donovan got on, then he got out Goldie and Arenado, and I was like, oh
yeah.
man.
I was
And
like, you
then
gotta be because it was like, yeah, it was runners on like second and third, and Goldie and Arenado, like one struck out and one popped up or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then O'Neill took care of business.
Then
And hit a
Pujols
bomb.
got walked or did something. No, wait, Tyler O'Neill pinch hit for Pujols, who was in before. Okay.
That's right. Oh, Albert's playing a lot more though.
Yeah.
Like literally every day, which is really fun
Yeah,
to
that's
see.
fine.
But
Oh,
that
I do have to say one thing about this game.
yeah,
Orderizzi had a no-hitter going for us, which was sad. Ueno
yeah,
pitched amazing. And oh, that was the game he was mic'd up in the bullpen when he
yeah,
was
yeah,
warming
yeah.
up, which was awesome. And he also is writing songs. So they played like one of his songs he wrote during the thing, and it was actually like super good.
Yeah.
I'd listen to that again. But there was an at bat between Nolan Gorman and Orderizzi that went a bunch of pitches, and Orderizzi literally just threw fastballs, like 92-mile-an-hour fastballs, and Gorman could not put it
Huh.
in play. I think I tweeted, I'm like, you have to guess fastball. Like, I don't even care. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the ninth pitch of the bat, and he's only throwing fastballs. You might as well just gear up for the fastball. If he throws a curveball, okay, you got me. But like, come
Yeah, yeah,
on.
yeah, for real. Yeah. No, Gorman, I think he's still sitting in that 240 range. I think
Yeah,
that's probably what he'll be for the rest of the year here.
probably his rest of his career.
Honestly, could be. I could
He's
see
at
it.
236.
Okay. I could see a world where, what are your expectations for him? Because I'm thinking 250, 260 with a potential of 30 homers.
Oh yeah. 250 at 260 on base at like 320,
Yep.
30 homers to possibly even get like 100 RBIs.
Yep. Yep. Um,
Preferably
yeah,
like 260, 270 and like a 350 on base would be
yeah.
nice.
If you're hitting 30 homers, we can get away with 260, 270. Like that's,
Yeah.
but the 240, 230 stuff, he's still 21 though. He's
Get
got
that out.
yeah, he's got tons of time to improve.
If you hit 40
Um,
home runs, you can hit 220. But
yeah, there you go.
if you hit 30, you have to
Yeah,
hit 250 at least.
yeah. But yeah, the Cardinals won 2 out of 3 there. That was a really big series for us. We've been playing really good baseball. And then we went to Cincinnati, which I thought we would just wipe through them. Wasn't the case. It was in game one though. Cardinals won 13-4. The offense exploded. O'Neill hit 2 homers. That second one was an absolute, or it might have been the first one. I think it was the second one though. Was like upper deck, like
Yeah, I
crazy
don't even
bomb.
remember. I remember watching it, and I think I was on the phone, and I thought they were showing a replay from his home run against the Braves, but it was actually his actual home run. So I was like, oh, he just hit a home run.
Yeah. But yeah, that's 3 home runs in a 2 game span for him. Albert hit number 694 in an
6 away.
and
All I care about is he passes A-Rod because I hate A-Rod.
yeah, yep. Somebody was telling me that the other day.
A-Rod
Yeah.
posted a video, I think today, where he's like, should I return and go for 700?
Oh my gosh.
And like,
It would take him a whole
well, yeah,
season
if
to
you
do this.
juice, probably,
Yeah,
which he
exactly.
probably still is.
But no, Albert's was a what word am I looking for here? It's not a normal Albert homer. It was like a little like just extended the arms and flipped it into right field.
Yeah. Vintage
Cincinnati
Albert.
homer. a
Line
Cincinnati no
drive,
homer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oppo.
Uh, and Corey Dickerson, man, 3 hits for him. He had another homer. It was against a positional player, but still,
I
he's
think
been
it's really
he's
funny
been
in a couple of those games where Corey Dickerson was batting fourth. I was like, yeah, so
crazy.
that's
I
who.
know. I know. Like, if we would have said that at the beginning of the year how he was playing, like he was batting like 180. Now he's at
I
283 or whatever
still
it
wouldn't
is.
have batted fourth, even though he's playing hot right now.
No, no, I completely agree. Yeah. I mean, was that the why did he bat fourth?
I thought it was against I don't, batted fourth at some point. I know he did.
I
I just
know,
X'd
yeah,
out
he
of a
definitely
bunch of
did.
stuff. It was
Because
whenever Arenado was gone.
that's what I was gonna say, but I could have sworn he was back, but yeah, that had to have been it.
So he's
Game
actually been
two,
up in a bit.
game two, the Reds beat us 5-1. Hudson struggled. The offense only had 4 hits. You tweeted something for us the other night that I kind of found interesting. What do you do with Hudson? Especially if Flaherty comes back. I'm going to get into what Flaherty did in just a second here. But what do you do with Hudson?
I'd send him down and call up another pitcher.
Yeah, yeah. The only
He's
other thing I could see, somebody commented on your tweet of that and said, like he can't get out of his own jams. How is he going to get out of others? That type of thing. And
I
I
agreed. I
could,
said, haha, true.
yeah, I saw that.
He's not wrong. I was like
No,
thinking about it.
yeah,
I'm like, you can't strike anyone out.
no,
Everyone, the Reds were like, look like a first place team the way they just crushed the ball off
yeah,
of
yeah.
him.
I could see something where you want him to do like a long relief, kind of eat up some innings, but at the same time, we have like a few guys that can already do that,
What
like
about
Palante.
Palante? Put
Like
Palante back in the rotation.
definitely could. I really hope Flaherty can come back very soon because
I
I
know.
like Palante in the rotation, but what he's done to that bullpen is really good, like
What
really
about
good.
okay? I was kind of thinking about this because Flaherty's made of like the weakest glass known to man. Like he
Yeah,
touches, like tries to open a door and he uh needs Tommy John surgery. But
yeah,
well, I don't think this is gonna happen because Flaherty would probably get pissed if they do this. But like, what if like you put Palante in the starting rotation because he's been pitching all year, like he's built up, and you put whoa, Jack Flair, I can't even say his name anymore. In the bullpen because he can strike people out.
yeah. He definitely could. You know, as much as you and I hated on Carlos Martinez, which there was some news about him today actually as well. I don't know if you saw that. But he was really good as that as our closer for that short period of time.
Yeah,
Obviously, Flaherty wouldn't be our closer, but
yeah,
I could see where you could put him in the seventh, eighth inning and
yeah.
get some
Also,
dominant stuff.
Hennessy's was sent down. Like we didn't
That's
talk about that.
crazy. What
Yeah,
how what a drastic turn of a season. Because he was pitching pretty well. It was like a
really good. Something
high
had to
two
happen
ERA.
because his
Yeah.
velo was going down too on his fastballs.
I saw it was that Colorado series. We were on the air when it happened and he got blown up. And ever since then, he has not been
Yeah.
anything good at all. But game three, which was last night, we're filming on a Thursday here. Cardinals win 5-3 in 13 innings. I was on the drive back, so I was keeping up with it. I couldn't really watch it. Also in a car wreck, but
Yeah, you're
um,
watching it while driving in the rain.
yeah, yeah, that's what did it. But Newt Bar hit a 2-run homer in the 13th. His 10th homer of the year. He's starting to get some pop going here. He hit one against Odorizzi that broke up that no hitter. But my biggest storyline from last night, the bullpen, 7 1/3 scoreless. Hicks, Gallegos, Romero, who's been so good, Helsley, and Palante were phenomenal for us. But yeah, we got the day off on Thursday here. Got a 3-game series at home against the Cubs. I want to give a little Flaherty update though. Jack Flaherty was in, I believe, AAA last night.
Yeah.
Uh, Pitched into the 7th inning, hit 100 miles per hour in the 7th inning, and his last guy he struck out at 99 miles per hour.
How many runs did
So
he give up?
I don't,
Three.
I don't, I think it was 2.
I
I
knew
can
he gave
find it
up
real
some
quick here.
runs.
He when has he ever thrown 100 though? Like I don't even know if I ever.
I don't know, but like that's graded through 100, but honestly kind of scares me that he's gonna hurt himself.
Yeah, yeah. So I think this was last night. Let me check if it was the night before. Um, let's see here. So Tommy Parsons pitched last night. Tommy Parsons is 10-3, which looks good, but 4.71 ERA.
Who's Tommy? He's on our team.
Yeah, yeah. Tommy Parsons. He pitched in spring training for us a little bit.
Mm.
My phone's loading here. But
Did you
that
see who
was
we called up today for like September call ups?
no, who's that?
People that were kind of stupid in my opinion,
Is
but
it
it was that Naily guy
James Nail? Okay.
and then some outfielder that wasn't in the names of Yepes or Alec Burleson.
Was it
Classic Cardinal
Deluzio?
move. Huh?
Was it Deluzio?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
think
he
they're saying
he's
he's like fast
he's
and can play
very fast.
defense.
He's very fast. Yeah. I
Albert
was
Pujols is
wondering.
pinch runner.
Yeah, for real. I was wondering if he was gonna get that opportunity to come up here. So Flaherty was in Springfield, not Memphis. That's why he wasn't popping up there. 6 2/3, struck out 9. I don't see the runs here. MLB or minor league baseball posted it. But it's good to see 9 strikeouts. I know it's
Yeah.
double A, but more than anything, he's going innings. He's going deep into ball
Mm.
games, which is really good to see. And
Heck,
then
he'll be better. Glass Jack Flaherty going 50% is better than Hudson.
100%. Yep. And my other segment, or my other part of the Cardinals here was September call-ups. So you kind of touched on it there. I was going to ask you, what would you do with the September call-ups? I know Yepes is going to obviously get the opportunity. I'm surprised Deluzio got it
Yeah.
because there's a guy named Alec Burleson who's absolutely destroying the baseball
I
still.
think I think it's just because Burleson can hit, but he's not a good defender. Him and
Exactly.
Yepes aren't good defenders.
And Gorman's been solid, but he's made a couple really bad mistakes. So we have too many of those
I think we talked
guys.
about that last time. He can't make a turn at second without
Yes.
throwing it in the dugout.
Yes. I don't
Bombs
know
away, take
I don't know
cover.
how you feel about it, but he looks stiff to me. Like his
Oh, when he
arm,
throws? Yeah.
yeah, so stiff. I mean, he's a big guy to play second base. Um, but yeah, anything else
Thick.
Cardinals wise?
Needs to stretch out.
He does. How are you feeling about this Cub series coming up? Like our chances?
God, if we lose one game, I'll be kind of mad.
Yeah,
We should just dominate. We have like such an easy schedule. We should
we
just
should.
win out.
We
Also,
definitely
I don't
should.
we didn't mention this, but Goldie kind of struggled in the Cincinnati series. He struggled like 5 times
Yeah.
in like 8 at bats.
Yes, he definitely
He got hit last night. His average is at 332 and Freddie's is at like 325.
mhm.
So like Freddie's not going to slow down.
No, that yeah,
So
Goldie's got to keep it going, especially home runs wise. I think he's how many is he weigh now? Just a couple, right?
he's oh my god, I literally just exited. Let me look it up.
Yeah.
Sports
Last time I checked, he was
MLB.
only a couple away from Kyle.
I think what's his face? I think he may be like 2 or 3 back.
Okay. And the
Okay.
RBIs, Alonso is right there with him too, so he's got to keep it going.
Yeah, Alonso's tied with him still.
Okay,
Arenado's in fifth now with 89.
that's crazy.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, Judge has Jesus. It's just crazy reading this. Judge has 51 in first, and then second all of MLB is Schwarber with 36. So
that's
literally,
crazy.
quick math, quick math.
15.
Yeah, yeah, what you
Yeah.
said. Schwarber has 36, Goldie has 33. The hard thing is Schwarber, all he tries to do is just hit home runs. So like the majority of his hits will be home runs, and Goldie
Exactly.
actually, plays baseball like normally.
Exactly. Yep. I'm taking Goldie's other parts of his game over Kyle Schwarber just about any day of the week.
Yeah, and Goldie's 333 in average, and Freddie is 325.
Mm-hmm. And then you said they're tied at 105 in RBIs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jose Ramirez, he's in American League, but he has 106, and Judge has 113 because half of his RBIs are home runs. He's at 51.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Um, but that's it for the Cardinals. We'll obviously be covering the Cardinals Cubs next week. That'll be fun. Around the league, I told you off air, a lot of good teams playing bad teams right now. So not a lot of really exciting series to talk about. I saw the Orioles and the Guardians were pretty tight, so that was kind of
Oh, the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson hit
yeah,
his first hit was a home run.
Yes, I saw they brought him up. I actually did not see that homer though.
He's good.
Man, that's an exciting team because they're like
And they
6 games
have
over 500.
yeah, and they have like their farm system's pretty good. Obviously, they got the number one pick, and they
Yeah,
have that pitcher. I was listening to the Just Baseball show at work because
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
listen to something.
Oh yeah.
Grayson Rodriguez,
Okay.
and he's supposed to
Yeah,
be like super, super good, but he's been
yeah,
kind of injured. And so they were saying like they should just have him after just rehab, like instead of just throwing some innings in AAA, just have him throw him in MLB. It'd be like their
yeah,
best starter.
yeah. I mean, they were supposed to be bad this year, and like
Yeah.
the Adley Rushman, the Gunnar Henderson, like all those guys are supposed to help next year, but they're a
Hmm.
borderline playoff team, and all those guys are
Yeah.
here now. So but it must be exciting to be a Baltimore fan
And
for
Shane
sure.
McClanahan got hurt. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just like thinking of all kinds of stuff.
No, yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Did
I
you
did
not?
not see this. No,
He
I
had
see
like
it.
shoulder impinged. No, he did something.
Okay, so
I don't think
with me
it's like
and
season ending though.
okay, so with me in Colorado, I've been kind of out of the loop. I've been seeing scores that has
And
happened, but
Verlander got hurt.
I did see Verlander because he's on my fantasy team. I did see that one. Um, Bryce Harper's back. He's been hitting pretty well since he's been back. I know that's your guy right there. You love you some Bryce Harper. The only really big series that is worth paying attention to, besides all Cardinal series, obviously, Mets Dodgers. Mets won game two. Dodgers won game one. And right now they were in the seventh inning. It was 3-2 game. So
Did you
all
see
games were close though.
Timmy Trumpets played
Yeah.
his what's his Edwin Diaz's walk-in song live?
Yeah,
That was pretty
yeah.
cool.
Some people on our live today talked about that and how lit it was. Yeah.
I
Um.
literally they post I think every time he comes in, someone posts a video of it, and I watch it every single time. And I'm like,
Oh,
this is
me too.
awesome.
I know, and I hate the Mets, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're
fun to
pond
watch.
scum.
Yeah. So let's move on here. That's it for baseball for today. To your very exciting segment here. You got some college football coming up here.
Yeah, it was almost like perfect timing because about like 2 minutes ago, Pitt and West Virginia just kicked off. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I have that on the TV right now. Going to turn on Mizzou here in about 50 minutes. They play
Yes, sir.
Louisiana Tech tonight
Gotta pull
at
that one
home.
out.
Yeah, they should hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I put them on. I put it on the list. They're favored to win by 20 points.
Yes.
And I'm very excited to see how Luther Burden plays, the number one recruit in like the country.
Mm-hmm.
And see how Brady Cook plays, Mizzou's quarterback. So
Yes, sir.
excited to see how they'll look like. I know they're not predicted to do well at all in the SEC,
Yeah.
but hopefully in a couple of years, because Burden signing, they'll get some other good players.
Yeah.
And it's fun when Mizzou is good in football.
For sure. I mean,
So
what was I mean, time is so tough for me to like grasp. There was
it
a
was when
time,
Johnny Manziel played because I was at the game when they played Texas A&M played at Mizzou and we won the game and clinched the SEC. What I think we're in the West.
yes.
That game was in Henry Josie ran the touchdown, like the go
Oh,
ahead touchdown. Yeah.
Henry Josie brings some memories
That
back.
game was
Holy
awesome.
cow.
We stood like the whole game. And I saw
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel.
Did you see who Washington named as their quarterback, the starting quarterback?
Oh, absolutely.
Did
Oh,
you?
the
uh
Pac-12 is irrelevant. I'm sorry,
yeah, they
AJ.
are. No, they are. Oregon, but and I guess Utah, right?
Utah's gonna lose this week.
You think so?
That's my hot take.
Oh, okay.
They're
See, I
coming
had
from the cool mountains and they come down in this heat. I
yeah.
tried to run a mile like the first week I came down here and I was like dying. Yes, they're in better shape than I am, but
Yeah.
still.
Well, they better win because I had them in the college football playoff as that fourth team.
If they lose this game and win out, they could possibly slide in. But what about Washington's quarterback?
Michael Penix,
Oh,
junior.
yeah, I did see that from Indiana. Yeah,
Yep.
he's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. He's more of a mobile running
Yeah,
quarterback,
he was
but
last year, I believe he got hurt or something.
he did.
But the year before, Indiana was like got ranked and they were like tearing it up.
Yeah.
And that's when they had a guy on their team who his nickname was Whopper They just called him Whopper.
Okay.
Yeah, because he liked Burger King so much.
What'd you think about that Nebraska Northwestern game?
Scott Frost is mentally, I won't say the R word, stupid.
Okay. Yeah.
I was like watching it because I'm like, I gotta watch some college football, and it was by far the only game. I like if you're a college football fan, you probably watch that game because you're so excited for like real teams to play, like competent teams, unlike
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't see the onside kick when they're up 11 and he kicked the onside
Uh-huh.
kick, but I don't know what I was doing. I was probably playing video games, and then I came back and they're like, oh, and I kept like Northwestern kept coming back and just keeping with them. And then I heard them talking about, oh, he shouldn't have done that onside kick. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
what?
Oh my gosh.
But
I got
I watched their first drive, Nebraska's, and they literally scored in like 2 minutes. I'm like, maybe they are back. They got
yeah.
Casey Thompson from Texas. I think they got some receivers in the transfer portal who were like solid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of watched like the first quarter, and then I was like doing my own thing because I was like, they look like they're handling themselves pretty good. And then after half, it's everything fell
Yeah.
apart.
So I got to watch the first half, and then we went out to dinner because we were on vacation, obviously. But that
You
one,
went out to dinner? What time did you go out to dinner? This game was at like this game would have been at
oh my
starting at
bad. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lunch.
10:30
That was lunch.
Mountain Time.
It was lunch. It was lunch. It was lunch. Yeah. Yeah, I was mixing up the nights there because I had a football game. It was a preseason NFL game on the when we went to dinner that night. But yeah,
Mm.
we went to lunch
Yeah,
and I
when the
saw
Cowboys beat the
the
Seahawks.
dude. I was about to post and like tag you in it because we were up by like six, I think, with like a couple minutes left, and you
Yeah.
guys won it by one. And I checked it later. And I was like, I'm really glad I
AJ
didn't
getting
post about
pumped
it.
to post a dub in preseason
Yeah, when we
when none of
had
our starters played.
exactly.
I
That's
I don't think any of our starters even played a single preseason game
no,
either.
no, and we had Gino and Drew Lock play like the entire game. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't post that. You would have been giving me some crap about that. But I did see in the first half of that Nebraska Northwestern game that really good connection down the sideline.
Yeah,
It's
that
like a fourth.
touchdown, first touchdown was beautiful.
It was really nice. Yeah. But what's your weekend preview here? We got some good games
Oh
up
yeah, I
front.
put some games down.
Yeah.
Also to go over Nebraska, just to I know a lot of Nebraska fans probably listen to this.
So
Considering
many. Yeah.
I think a lot of Mizzou fans like will like this because Nebraska was a big rival when we were in the Big 12, which
Hmm.
I wish we were still in and not the SEC. But anyway, uh he also because they had a new offensive coordinator who came from Pitt, and it's like the first time Scott Frost hasn't called plays, and I think he like talked about him in the press conference afterwards, kind of threw him under the bus. So it's going great there in Nebraska.
Phenomenal.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, just to name off some games to watch this Saturday. Um, we'll start tonight. Watch Mizzou versus Louisiana Tech
Hmm.
on Saturday at 3:30. This is either in Eastern, so 2:30 Central. Oregon versus Georgia. I'm very interested to see. I think it's either going to be Oregon gets annihilated or they keep it close.
Yeah.
No in between.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. You said Georgia's favored by 17.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm interested to see one how Georgia plays with all those guys getting drafted off defense in the first round and their offense play. See if Stetson Bennett, like their offense is going to have to play better and take more of the load. They can't just rely on their defense. So
Yeah.
interesting to see there. Oregon, they have Bo Nix as their quarterback who played at Auburn.
Hmm.
I I don't even know if he's the starting quarterback or not. I
I
think he
wasn't
is.
high on him when he was at Auburn.
No, he just ran around. He
Yeah.
only played good when he was at home. I never thought he was that good, but
Yeah.
I have always have a I always like Oregon, so I hope
Yeah.
Oregon wins.
Yeah.
Um, Cincinnati versus Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to blow them out of the water.
Yeah, I agree.
Cincinnati lost Desmond Ritter, Sauce Gardner, like everyone that was like their main core
Hmm.
guys who've been there forever. And Arkansas is just like returning KJ Jefferson and just like getting better. So
Yeah.
Arkansas is going to win. Utah versus Florida. That's going to be an interesting game because Florida has a new head coach. Um, Probably not as like I feel like Utah probably has good chemistry because they've been playing with each other. Probably a lot of guys have been staying there long. Florida's just I don't know. I just think because of the SEC, they may just have more dudes, like just athletic guys. Like
Yeah.
it may be kind of like a not like beautiful game, but I'm calling it Florida's going to upset Utah just because Utah's coming out from the nice altitude and cool
Hmm.
summer days up there. And actually, I think it's kind of hot in Utah, but um, going down the hot, humid Florida in the
That
swamp,
that's my
SEC, the environment.
would you say that's the number two must watch game um on Saturday? I would say it is, for me at least.
Um, yeah, probably honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Low key, I think this next game I'm going to say Notre Dame versus Ohio State. Conlon, I love you, but I don't think Notre Dame's going to be as good this year. I think
Yeah.
Ohio State's going to really take it to them, unfortunately.
I agree.
I I don't really like both teams, but I hate Ohio State more. So I'm actually going to root for Notre Dame because one, Clemson
Okay.
plays them. So actually, I want Notre Dame to just destroy Ohio State. Um, but yeah, and then I put Clemson on there just because they play Monday night,
Oh yeah.
Georgia Tech. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
close
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Not
Is
DJ's
Monday the
gonna DJ's gonna shock the world and throw for 300 yards. No interceptions.
Is Monday September 4th, is that correct?
Fifth.
5th. Okay. So your first game is the 5th, Washington plays the 3rd, which is Saturday, and
It's
then Notre
literally the
Dame plays.
worst time. Monday night off a Labor Day weekend at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, that's
Do
not
it on
not a good
Saturday. Then
time.
you have the whole
Yeah.
weekend. If you're like, it's
Yeah.
in Atlanta. Like they should have just done it right after the. Probably been stupid to do it right after Oregon and Georgia because they play in Atlanta too.
I was gonna ask, is it at Georgia Tech?
It's in like it's at the Mercedes Superdome in
Oh,
Atlanta, but Georgia
okay.
Tech's literally like 10 minutes from there. They're in like the city.
Yeah. Okay.
Now that I'm thinking about that, it sucks for Oregon. They're going to play in Atlanta, which is going to be completely filled with Georgia
Yes.
fans.
Yeah.
But at least they're
Yep.
playing indoors. If Utah was playing Florida in a dome, I'd pick Utah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm still rolling with Utah because so did you put down they're only a 3-point favorite?
Yeah,
That's crazy to me. Like I know
SEC baby.
Florida. Yeah, it's got to be, man, because I mean, I'm really pulling for them because obviously I had them in the college football playoff. You said before or I guess at the beginning of this, that you think that they'll if they win out, even if they lose this one, they can still get there. But I mean, didn't
Maybe,
don't they have
maybe.
USC and Oregon?
Yeah,
It's gonna be tough. So
maybe. Because the
it's
Pac-12 is
a
kind of a cupcake league, I'll say it.
exactly it is.
And
Yeah.
like an SEC team who has one loss or a Big Ten team that has one loss. If a Big Ten team, jeez, Louise, I'm getting so excited. I'm like talking too fast. If a Big Ten team is undefeated going into like the championship game and they lose, they'll be in over
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
But Utah's
Um,
quarterback's kind of funny looking. He has long brown hair and a beard.
I haven't seen him. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but I know what he looks like. I think he's number
Yeah.
7.
Um, let's finish her up here with some NFL. Our last two NFL teams, because I've been on vacation. I've been really lacking with the posting of our
Cameron
NFL.
Rising. Sorry.
Cameron Rising.
And he's
Okay,
rising.
I gotcha. What I was saying though, I've been really lacking on posting our stuff on TikTok and stuff like that. So, I got to get to that back now that I'm back. But our last two NFL teams, let's start with the Baltimore Ravens. So I have the Baltimore Ravens at 10-7. That's my prediction for the season.
Same.
Let's go right on. These last few weeks, I've been talking about different like MVP candidates. I mentioned Justin
Yeah.
Herbert, Josh Allen. Is there a world where Lamar can be a two-time MVP at the end of the year?
Like if he does what he did that one year,
I think there's a
he
chance.
literally rushes for 1,000 yards every year. And if he
Yes.
doesn't throw a lot of interceptions and throws like 40 touchdowns and they are like a top seed, he should get it.
I think he legitimately has a chance. And I also, when looking at the roster, I did not know how insane the running game is. Is it the best running game in football? Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins is back. Kenyon Drake,
Questionable.
who's questionable?
Dobbins.
Dobbins.
He's coming back from like a season-ending injury last year.
Yeah, it was tough. Yeah. Kenyon Drake with the Raiders last year, played with the Cardinals as well.
Yeah, he got cut by the Raiders. That's why he signed with the Ravens.
He has shown flashes of being really good though, and then he doesn't other times.
Yeah.
Mike Davis, not a like none of these guys are like elite, but it's a really
Yeah, I was gonna
good.
say, I'm like, yeah, I don't think they had the best running game.
No, so but I mean
If
Gus
you had like
Edwards,
instead of running back, instead of like J.K. Dobbins, you had Dalvin Cook.
yeah,
Oh my
that,
God, that'd be
that
fun
would
to
do it.
watch.
That would do it. Yeah.
If you
But
put
guess
Lamar Jackson on the Browns, ooh,
but Mike Davis, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, like I don't
they
know.
drafted Tyler Beatty from Mizzou, but I don't know if he
Yeah,
made the roster or not.
I didn't see him on there. I just saw these five guys, but obviously Lamar's going to run a lot. They don't have the wide receiver crew. I think they're expecting a lot out of Duvernay and Bateman, but obviously
Hmm.
Mark Andrews is
Yeah, he's gonna
in
get
my
his.
opinion, the second best tight end in football.
James Prochet the second.
Hmm.
He's gonna have a great year.
Okay.
Never heard of him before. So that says all you that's all you need to hear about their receiving core.
Yeah.
Like Rashawn Bateman and Devin Duvernay were good in college.
Yeah,
And
they were.
Bateman, I think he was out his whole rookie year. Because I don't think it was last year's rookie year. Or yeah, no,
One of
yeah,
them really just did kickoffs, like or
really.
punt returns. One of them, I don't remember.
Huh.
I get them confused.
I think Bateman came back in the middle of last year for his first game or action because I think he was hurt for a while. I
Okay.
think he showed some promise, but their defense is really good.
Very good.
Like they could have
Very
been
good.
on our top 10 defensive list as well.
I didn't think about that. I thought about it whenever I was reviewing them. That I thought that same thing that they could have been there. But
Like Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters as your cornerbacks. That's pretty good.
yeah,
You got Marcus Williams. Justin Houston's with them. Didn't realize that.
yeah, yeah.
Patrick Queen, solid. Calais
Mhm.
Campbell gets the job done. Justin
Always.
Madubiki. Yeah, he's on
I
their
mean,
team.
would you agree it's going to be a very, very heavy running game and defensive game, like
Oh yeah, they've
hard
been like that
hard
for like
nosed
the
football?
last ever since Lamar's been in the league. They just run
Yeah,
the ball a bunch.
yeah, hard nosed football type of team right
Very
there.
fun Madden
Oh,
playbook though.
so fun. Those read options and everything, those are
You
fun.
just got to create a quarterback. That's where it's at.
Oh yeah.
Fast quarterback.
Um, I guess really anything else on the Ravens though?
They drafted Tyler Linderbaum, who I wish the Cowboys would have drafted, who I think is gonna be a stud. And they have
Okay.
Ronnie Staley, who is good.
Yes. He's
And
a
they
he's a
got
left tackle, right?
Ricard. What? Yeah, left tackle.
Okay. And Ricard's that fullback, isn't he?
Yeah, gotta give the fullback some love.
Yeah. I love fullbacks, man. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is. I love fullbacks.
just seeing a guy
Um,
just put his body on the line.
oh yeah. So our last
And
NFL
they
team.
drafted Kyle Hamilton. He's like
Before
their
I get
backup
onto
safety.
that, Bengals is our last NFL team. Speaking of Kyle Hamilton, did you see that video of him with the Ravens and they were talking to
Oh yeah,
I think it was Harbaugh that said name your name, your school, and your signing bonus.
yeah,
And they all flipped it out when he said 9 million for the
yeah.
signing
Harbaugh
bonus.
was like,
Yeah, that killed me.
there was
Yeah,
on Hard Knocks they've been doing that with their rookies, and so
yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson his like was ridiculous, and then there was like a guy who was drafted late or was undrafted, and they're like neighbor signing bonus. He's like 15,000. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my god.
oh my gosh. That's funny. But we can get on to our last NFL team, the Cincinnati Bengals. I can't believe we predicted 32 NFL teams. I don't know about you, but it seemed like it flew by there.
Yeah, are we
Um,
sure we did all of them?
I think so. I think so. I went through and I thought we did everybody.
I think
But the
so.
Cincinnati Bengals, who obviously were in the Super Bowl last year, losing to the Rams. I have them at 9-8 this year. I think they're gonna come back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, so I had him at originally at 10-7, but I was like, feel like I'll get destroyed if I say that. But now that you said 9-8, I'm gonna go back and say 10-7.
Okay. All right. Did you
So
have them at
just
11-6 before that?
yeah, I did.
Okay. So I mean, why I mean, I have my reasonings for why I think 9-8, and that's because I don't trust their defense. I think their
You don't
offense
trust
is,
their defense?
yeah. I think for me, I think their offense is elite, but it's more of a defensive problem and
I think their
offensive
defense
line.
is solid. I don't trust their offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line sucks. And also, isn't Burrow having some kind of knee thing going on right now?
I thought he had like a
He
I thought
had
he had like his
surgery.
appendix taken out or something.
He had some type of surgery, but I didn't know if he was going to be
Joe
back.
surgery. Not someone who I would like to.
Surge.
Appendix. That's what it was. I
There
knew
you
it.
go.
He ruptured his appendix.
Okay. So he should be good by the season start, right?
I don't. I guess.
I saw he was like questionable or whatever.
Yeah.
And
If
my other
they
thing
have any
was,
injuries, they're questionable.
yeah, tough schedule. They have to play the Bills, have to play the Chiefs in there.
Yeah, it's kind of easy at the beginning ish, and then it gets
100%.
harder at the end
Yep.
of the year because they play the Browns later, and Deshaun will be back, so
Yeah.
obviously harder.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I put that into my thinking as well.
Yeah, they
And I
have a
think
stretch where they
they,
play the Titans, who solid. I don't think they're gonna be
yeah,
as great this year. The Chiefs, Browns, Bucks, Patriots, Bills, then Ravens to end out this year, which is
it's
pretty
tough.
tough.
Yeah. I mean, are don't they have to play the Panthers or is that the Ravens?
They
I
play
don't.
the Panthers, yeah.
Okay. So,
Dub.
yeah, I was gonna say. So we when we did our prediction for the Panthers, we put them at like pretty poor. Uh,
hmm
but now I mean the Baker Mayfield move. I mean, I want to stay with the Bengals here, but do you think Baker Mayfield can really? Because he said he's gonna f them up, the Browns in Week 1.
I think Baker Mayfield's solid. I think they'll be way better. He's way better than
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. He
Yes, and
doesn't
he's
see
better.
ghosts out there.
He's also better than Gino and Drew Lock, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would
I
have liked
think
to take him.
Baker Mayfield gets so much hate, but he's really good. He brought the Browns to a playoff
Yes.
like game. Like
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah. Didn't they win a playoff game?
Yeah, they won it. They almost beat the Chiefs too after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. But no, Bengals wise, 9-8 for me. Jamar Chase is gonna possibly make a case for to be a top 3 wide receiver in football. I hate to say it, but Joe Burrow is probably going to be great again. Joe
Yeah, shoot
Mixon,
me.
Joe Mixon's phenomenal.
Samaje P. Ryan, beast.
Yeah. Offensive line though, you mentioned it. That's where they need to really.
They signed Leo Collins in the offseason, but um I was like, because Tyron Smith got hurt, and I was like talking to my dad. I was like, yeah, it had been. He was like, who's playing right tackle? I'm like, I have no idea because Leo Collins is out, and he's
Yeah.
like, no, he really wasn't playing that good for us in the end of the year anyway. So
Yeah.
he's obviously an upgrade than whoever they had, but I still don't think he's as elite as he once was.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
also saying that to not feel bad or to get my hopes down about the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, the season starts the 7th, correct? Or is it the 8th? It's Thursday night.
Yeah, next Thursday.
Okay. It's a must watch in my opinion. And you would agree, Rams Bills.
Yeah.
That's
Except
gonna be
it's on at
fun.
like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Yep.
Watch the first
Um,
half. You didn't
but
mention T. Higgins, so I'm disappointed in you. Stud.
okay.
He
Yeah.
is he's gonna break out. He's gonna go beast mode this year. And then Tyler Boyd, like I think they have like the best wide receiver core.
It could be for sure.
Like
It's a really good
Minnesota's is
trio.
pretty good, but it's just two guys. There's a lot of teams with two
Yeah.
guys that are really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the
All right.
Raiders, two guys. Um,
What do the Rams got? Cup, Robinson, and
yeah, that's really good.
yeah.
I don't know who else they have.
I mean, what's the Odell status? Where is he right now?
He's a free agent.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
The Dolphins,
No,
Waddle, and Tyreek Hill.
yeah, those really just those two. Yeah, yeah, it's true. There's a lot of good duos, but not a really
Yeah.
like amazing trio. But yeah, that was our 32 NFL
Also,
teams.
DJ Reader, Clemson guy on the defense, stud. Their defense is actually
Safety,
not bad.
safety, right?
Defensive tackle.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
close, very
very
close.
close.
And they have Evan McPherson, who's probably one of the guys. I kind of the thing is I like a lot of people on the Bengals besides Joe Burrow,
I
so it kind of
know it.
ruins it.
It really does. Yeah,
Like, okay, Joe, just kind of suck, become like a
yeah,
backup quarterback, a journeyman, and then have like someone I like be their
yeah.
quarterback.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I also like the Bengals colors. I kind of like how they do their helmets. I mean, I like a lot of things about the
And they're
Bengals
bringing
besides Joe
back the
Burrow.
white ones this year.
Yes, those are clean.
That's gonna look sick.
Those are clean. Yeah. But yeah, that's 32 NFL teams. Season starts next Thursday. So a
Yeah,
week from now. We also have to do our NFL draft, our fantasy
fantasy draft
draft. Yeah, we have to do that.
next Tuesday.
You want to do Tuesday?
Yeah, I have
I'll let
nothing
everybody
going
know that.
on.
I'll let everybody know that. If you're watching this and you're in the fantasy football league, next Tuesday it is.
If you're not
Um
watching it, sorry, you're not loyal.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
um I didn't put this down. That was pretty much it for us, but do you have anything Premier League? Have you been watching any soccer? Keeping up with anything? No.
I just
I
know
wa-
Christian Pulisic staying at Chelsea.
I've been watching a little bit, trying to keep up with it. I know Man City's kind of just wiping everybody through
Yeah,
like they
they're
did
so
last
good.
year. Um,
Pierre Abu, I can't say his name. He played at Arsenal, and
yes.
then I thought he was going to be at Barcelona, but then apparently he's now at Chelsea, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was in Colorado and I had some buddies there and they were big soccer guys, so we were watching that. Obviously I've been keeping up with Wolverhampton the last 3 years, I guess. They had a
Mm.
tremendous chance to beat or not, I shouldn't say that. They're like 2-2, so two draws, two losses. And they played Bournemouth, I think that's
Hmm.
how you pronounce it.
I think
Like
so.
one of the bottom feeders of the
Bournemouth.
Premier one of the bottom feeders of the Premier League. And I was talking to my buddy, and he was saying how like the Wolves just can't score. Like they literally just can't. They have Raul Jimenez as a striker,
Yeah,
but that's it. And they had a 0-0 draw with Bournemouth. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
soccer.
it's gonna be
Nil
bad.
nil.
Yeah, it's brutal. Um,
Oh,
but yeah,
it's kind of weird though, because like Sadio Mane is with Bayern Munich now. He's not with Liverpool.
uh-huh.
Um, I do have to say, playing FIFA and then doing the franchise, you get like, I remember playing it. I was like so like into the transfer window and stuff. I was just spending money left and right, like selling players, getting money. And then
Yeah.
I like look at it, I've spent like an hour not even playing like a match, just
Yeah.
doing the transfer windows.
Yeah, yeah,
And then it's always fun to get like be Barcelona or something because they have like unlimited funds.
yeah.
And
Yes.
so I got uh my top three was Robert Lewandowski,
Uh-huh.
stud. He's actually on Barcelona now.
Yeah, big boy.
Lionel Messi, because it was when before he went to PSG. And then I was like, screw it, I'll sign Ronaldo. So those
Oh
are my
my
top three. And then
gosh.
I had Kevin De Bruyne as my
Uh-huh.
center attacking mid
Yeah.
stud. Yeah. So and then I
Is he that blondie that played for Dortmund? Is that him?
no, he's with Man City. He may have played with Dortmund back in the day, but no, that's Holland.
Oh,
He's
that's
on
what I'm
Man
picturing.
City now too.
That's what I
De
thought.
Bruyne's probably the best center attacking mid, I'd say. He's a really good passer. But
I will
yeah, I had a very
say
good team.
a lot more soccer talk in this next year with St. Louis getting a team.
Oh yeah.
We'll be all over that for sure.
The our like
Um,
S our team two or second team or whatever, they're playing like
yeah,
the first match in the new stadium against I don't remember who
yeah,
coming up
yeah.
sometime.
It's exciting, man. I'm starting to get more
Yeah,
into
it's like
soccer.
finished. Yeah, everything's done. All the
Yeah.
practice fields, everything.
Um, I mean, our coach, who's from South Africa, he was at the Cardinals game when a bunch of them threw out like an opening pitch, and he was talking about how he's trying to get into baseball. He doesn't really know
Yeah.
how it even works, but I think you listened to that, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Didn't you
watched it.
see
Yeah.
that?
And then our
That's what I
like
thought.
director or head guy, the Loof L, his first name starts with an L and his last name starts with a P. I can't pronounce it. He was
Okay.
at like Dortmund, a Dortmund game. And it's not like he was just sitting with the Grady. He was like He's like a big honcho, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah,
Big
yeah.
Kahuna.
It's exciting though. I'm starting to understand soccer more, and I'm starting to enjoy it more. Watching some EPL stuff. But yeah, a lot of college football coming, a lot of NFL stuff
Oh
coming.
yeah, football's
It's
back.
fun. We got
And
hockey
MLB
coming.
going down the stretch.
It's. I was talking to somebody on live today. Is it the best time to be a sports fan? Playoff hockey, football, hockey comes back,
It
basketball
starts to
comes
get
back.
cool. Yeah.
Yes, temperature wise, yeah, yeah. It's
I
a
don't know about NBA. College basketball, yes.
I'll be the NBA
I will have to say I did see
guy.
something that I really hope happens because it made me laugh.
Uh
Um,
huh.
and like you're known for not liking Oregon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope Ronnie goes to Oregon so bad. I hope he goes to Oregon.
Yeah, I've never liked Oregon. Where did that stem
I
from, though?
love Oregon.
I think it was when it was like 2014, maybe somewhere around there. They ruined my bracket for March Madness, and I
Mm,
was like, I hate them, and I just held it
I had
held
them
it
in the
on.
Final Four. Yeah. I know I'm a better
Yeah,
bracket person than you, but it's okay.
there you go. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm gonna go watch some college football. I'm sure
Yeah,
you
I'm
are as
going to
well.
too.
Yeah.
And make something
So
to eat because I'm hungry.
same here, man. So everybody have a great weekend. We'll be back sometime next week. Um, anything else, Zach?
Have a great weekend and watch football. It's
There you go.
back.
And be looking out for that Nathan Walker interview as well.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah,
be
Nathan
coming.
Walker too. Yeah.
Yep. All right. See you guys.
See ya.